Imagine being born in a shack. No running water, no electricity. A dirt-poor family in rural Mississippi where the toilet was a hole in the ground. Now imagine that same little girl, hurt, abandoned, and written off by the world, growing up to become a $3.5 billion empire.
Oh my God, this is incredible. Look at all this.
This is not a fairy tale. This is not Hollywood. This is the real, raw, unfiltered story of Oprah Winfrey, and the 10 lessons hidden inside her journey that could literally change the direction of your life. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you will never look at your problems the same way again. January 29th, 1954, Kosciuszko, Mississippi, one of the poorest states in America. A teenage girl named Vernita Lee gives birth to a baby girl. She is unmarried, she is broke, and she has absolutely no plan. That baby is Oprah. For the first 6 years of her life, Oprah was raised by her grandmother, Hattie Mae, a strict woman on a farm, while her mother moved north to find work. They were so poor that Oprah wore dresses made out of potato sacks to school. Kids laughed at her. But here is what most people don't know. While those kids were laughing, Oprah was reading. Her grandmother taught her to read before the age of 3. Books became her escape, her best friends, her superpower. At age 6, she was sent to live with her mother in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and things went from bad to worse. She endured the unthinkable by family members she should have been able to trust. At 9 years old, then again at 10, then again at 13, she carried that secret alone. At 14 years old, she was expecting a child. The baby was born premature and did not make it. Most people, adults, would have collapsed under the weight of this pain. Oprah was still a child. The turning point. Her father, Vernon Winfrey, stepped in. He brought her to Nashville, Tennessee, and he gave her something her mother never could: structure, discipline, and belief. Vernon made her read a new book every week. He made her learn 5 new vocabulary words every day. He told her, "Oprah, you are not what happened to you." And something shifted in her. She threw herself into school. She won a full scholarship to Tennessee State University. At 17, she landed a job at a local radio station. At 19 years old, she became the first black female news anchor at Nashville's WLAC-TV. The world was starting to notice Oprah, but Oprah, she was just getting started. The rise, from local show to global icon. In 1983, she moved to Chicago to host a low-rated local morning show called AM Chicago. Within 1 month, the show went from last place to first place in its time slot. By 1986, the show was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show and syndicated nationally, 67 cities, then 100, then the entire country. People didn't just watch Oprah, they felt her, because she showed up on screen not as a polished TV robot, but as a real human being who had suffered and survived. She started Harpo Productions. She launched O Magazine. She created the Oprah Book Club, which single-handedly turned unknown authors into overnight bestsellers. She invested in Weight Watchers. She launched her own TV network. She produced Broadway shows. She built schools in Africa. And by 2003, she became the first African-American billionaire in history. From potato sack dresses to $1 billion. Now, here are the 10 lessons from Oprah's life that you can apply starting today. Lesson 1. Your past is not your prison. Oprah was broken down, abandoned, broken, and she chose not to let that be the final chapter. Most people use their past as an excuse to stay small. Oprah used her past as fuel. She once said, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change their future by merely changing their attitude. Whatever happened to you, it happened for you, not to you." That is lesson 1. Lesson 2. Read. Always read. Oprah reads obsessively. Even today, as a billionaire, she keeps a list of every book she reads. Her grandmother gave her the gift of literacy, and she never stopped. She said, Books were my pass to personal freedom. I learned to read at age 3 and soon discovered there was a whole world to conquer. The most successful people in the world are readers. If you are watching this right now and you are not reading, start today. Lesson 3. Authenticity is your superpower. When Oprah started in television, network executives told her to change her name. They told her to straighten her hair, lose weight, be more palatable. She refused. She showed up as herself, ugly crying on screen, sharing her own pain, her own failures, her own heartbreak, and the world loved her for it. In a world full of fake, be real. That is what builds empires. Lesson 4. Turn pain into purpose. Oprah survived deep trauma. Instead of hiding it forever, she spoke about it on national television. Millions of survivors watching that day felt, for the first time, that they were not alone. She didn't just heal herself, she healed others. Your deepest wound could be your greatest gift if you are brave enough to share it. Lesson 5. Mentors matter. Oprah credits much of her success to the people who believed in her. Her father Vernon, her 4th grade teacher Mrs. Duncan, who saw her brilliance early, Maya Angelou, who became her lifelong mentor and spiritual guide. Oprah once said, "A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself. Find yours. Seek out people who are ahead of you. Study them, learn from them. No one builds an empire alone." A girl born in a shack, wearing potato sack dresses, abused, abandoned, written off. She became Oprah. And she did it not in spite of her struggles, but because of them. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what is your excuse? Because if Oprah could go from an outhouse to $1 billion, what is stopping you? If this video hit you, share it with one person who needs to hear this today. Drop a comment below. Tell me which of the 10 lessons spoke to you the most. And subscribe, because we are just getting started. The outhouse is just the beginning. See you in the next one.